Today's topic is one that I could talk about forever, as I think many of them are. I love talking about how we dance through life, but that it is all about discipline. We've talked about discipline in many different forms in the past couple weeks, but really talking about what it looks like to love yourself with that discipline. And today I want to take that and talk about our confidence. So we're still talking about discipline, we're still talking about loving ourselves, but now we're talking about confidence. So a quick example would be Arcadia. So Arcadia takes tennis lessons and she's 5. She'll be 6 tomorrow. It's a big day. So she's hanging out and working with mom today. But whenever she goes and she takes a lesson, she learns something new. There's a big difference on the weeks that she and I make it to the court to practice outside of just the lessons and then on the weeks when it's just lesson and we don't make it time to practice. When she takes time out on the court outside of her lesson and she practices and she, puts in play all the things and we actually literally play, right, for fun and practice the game, she goes to the next practice or more the next lesson, more confident. She's ready for her coach. When coach asks her, did you practice? She's proud. She's smiling right now. She's proud. And she's like, yes, I did a little bit, maybe. But that builds confidence, right? And that's what we get to do in our life in all areas. It's not just for a sport or an activity. And so what I wanted to share, and I have notes here, so excuse me for looking down. I always like to make sure I stay on topic, is that we often wait to feel confident before we take action. Like, for example, I was on a call this morning with an incredible woman who I met about 3.5 years ago now. And she and I met on this business journey, if you will, our entrepreneurial journeys online. And we were talking about how so many people, thousands of people went through this program. And thousands of people go through programs all the time in many areas of life. My son and I just did a quick brain coaching class about 2 hours ago. That was really fun. Like, people sign up for things all the time, whether it be the gym, online courses, memberships for they're going to send you food and you're going to cook it at your house, Netflix subscriptions, right? We sign up for things, but then we don't always use them. And a lot of times, if it's something that we actively have to do, we feel like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready, right? We wait to feel motivated to do it, or we wait to feel confident enough in ourselves that we can actually follow through. So we're not going to sign up for the dance membership yet, or we're not going to sign up for the gym yet, because we're not confident that we're actually going to use it. But that's the problem, is that confidence is actually built through the doing. It's built through what I like to call the aligned action. So not just doing and hustling and grinding, but aligned action. And that is where we actually begin to feel ready. Like, you're never going to feel ready if you feel like you need a coach, or you feel like you need a membership or a subscription or something, a tool. You feel like you need something more. You're not going to feel ready until you start taking the aligned action, which is signing up for the thing, or being a part of a community, or asking questions to the right person. And once you start doing that aligned action, then we start to feel more ready. But it's not about waiting for motivation. It's not about waiting for motivation. So many people struggle with motivation. Motivation is a myth, right? There are days when we feel motivated and there are days when we just don't, period. That's life. That's what I like to call the dance of life. Like, it's up and it's down. Some days we're motivated, we're on a high, we're at the top of the roller coaster. And then other days it's like, boom. And if you're a woman and you're on your period, or you have a cycle, or you have any sort of hormonal changes going on, that's a constant roller coaster. We're not waiting for motivation. If we were waiting for motivation, we would all be starting and stopping 100,000 things. But there are people that are crushing it in life and crushing it towards their goals and setting personal records in all areas because they're disciplined and they're consistently moving forward. And so when you're showing up consistently, this is how we're also practicing what we talked about last week during our Love Yourself event, which is consistently keeping promises to ourselves and showing ourselves that we love ourselves and that we matter and that we do get to create and we are the choreographers of our own life. And so when we're doing this, small wins start to stack on top of each other. Small wins. For example, everybody that just finished the push-up challenge. If you finish the push-up challenge, then you know all about small wins. There are people that finished it. They were like, I just want to do 50 push-ups a day, Ashley. That's what the challenge is. We're going to do it. And then there are people who crushed that challenge and they were like, 50, no, that's nothing. I'm going to do 100 a day. And then 150 a day. And then 200. We had people that were clocking an insane amount of push-ups. Now, It's also not about comparison. That's the biggest, the quickest way to steal your own joy and your own confidence is to compare yourself to somebody else. So it's really stacking these small wins on top of each other, okay, consistently, and building the muscle. And I like to think about it as confidence is a muscle. It's not a feeling. Confidence is not a feeling, it's a discipline. So if we're constantly trying to get stronger and we're going, let me back that up. If we're constantly trying to improve our self like image, how we feel about ourselves, how we look, how we feel like, physically, but also how we feel internally. And then how we feel when we look at ourselves in the mirror and our strength and our abilities. If we want to do that, we have to build the muscle. And you can think muscle as in whatever way you want, but the muscle is through reps, right? We can't build muscle mass in a gym without doing a lot of reps and doing it with heavy weight. That's how you really build muscle. And then you really have to put on the diet and as part of that too. That's also consistency. That's also discipline. That is also keeping your promise to yourself. And that's loving yourself so much that you're like, this is non-negotiable. I must do this for me. So I really just wanted to talk about that because that's really what we've been doing in the Facebook group here in this community is really working on confidence, because that's one of my biggest pillars in life that I love helping people with, but I've been doing it in different ways. And I wanted you guys to kind of hear more about it now. So confidence isn't to me a feeling. It feels good. Yeah, you can say, I feel confident. Yes. Okay. It's like an aftermath. It's the result of. Confidence comes because of the result of your discipline. And your discipline can be whatever you want it to be. So if you are in our community, whether you are here for the coaching, because we have our coaching programs, if you're here because of the dancing, because we have our dancing programs, you're here for the Monday moves, the motivation, the mindset, the community, it's all consistent discipline. How are you showing up? How do you want to be tomorrow night when you go to bed? Do you want to feel better? Do you want to feel confident? Okay, what can you do today that's going to build that muscle? That's going to allow you to say, I feel confident today. These are the types of questions we have to ask ourselves. But what I also want to share is a couple things. So we are finalizing. I have my envelopes over there. I'm just waiting on 2 more people, and I want to be able to do it all in one trip. 2 people, Arcadia, to send out the special gifts that I have for everybody that completed the push-up challenge. I'm really excited. Arcadia helped me with these, and so did Arbor, preparing these envelopes. And then we also had the Love Yourself event last week where we celebrated everyone that showed up live. I think we had about 14, 15 people show up live for those 3 days. And that's really awesome, you guys, maybe actually more than that, because a lot of people sign up for things and not a lot of people follow through. That's just the nature of the beast in all areas. But that goes back to confidence. So those that did show up, they poured 3 days. So it was a little over 3 hours, but a little over 3 hours of time into themselves of why I matter, why I'm here, why I'm showing up for myself. That builds confidence because you become that identity. Your identity of who you believe you are is your strongest pull in life. So I want to always encourage you, keep your promises to yourself. I will not break my promises to myself. If I say something, even out of accident, I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing this next weekend. I'm like, oh gosh, we're doing this next weekend. Okay, this is happening. I will very, very, very rarely go back and change what I said. Very rarely. There has to be a reason. And it's usually for my kids. If there is a reason, it's for my kids. They will be the ones that will pull me into it. But showing up for yourself consistently. And so if you missed the 3-day Love Yourself event, if you've never done it, we've done it now twice. If you haven't done it, you can still register for that. The VIP is available. You'll get all 3 days of replays. You'll get the workbook and you'll get the playlist, which now has over 40 songs on it. And I've added so many good ones, so many new good ones that I just love it so much. I keep listening to this playlist. It's been on my repeat for the last, I guess, 2 weeks now. I still love it. And you'll see what's happening this weekend coming up if it is aligned for you. So my final, to close this up, my final thing is, you guys, if you want more confidence in your life, you have to take the aligned action. You have to do the thing way before you're ready. Okay. And some of the biggest things that have gotten people that I know in my personal life and also people that I look up to dearly, respect them so much in this professional entrepreneurial world, that have gotten them from where they are to where they were, gotten them from where they were to where they are, is their ability to take an action well before they were ready. So just start taking the action, messy and imperfect. That was my goal. That was like my mantra 3 years ago. Messy, imperfect action. It's all I'm going to do all year long. I promised myself that. So start taking action. And if that means you need to move your body more, again, I'd be happy and honored to invite you into our abundance community or our tap and tone community. It's tap and tone is basically this community here, but we just meet live every week on Tuesdays for tap and on Fridays for toning or fitness, Friday fitness, Tuesday tap, if that's what you want to call it. But we meet live and there's a replay library if you can't come live, that's fine. And then if you want even more than that, you really want to grow your skills and your comprehension and your commitment to yourself, that's abundance. And then if you want the coaching, because you're like, man, I can do the things, but my mind, I keep beating myself up. It's this roller coaster. You know, I'm in it and then I'm out of it. I'm in it and then I'm out of it. Or I know I'm in it, but I want to go even deeper. I want to explore more of me. I know that there's more to me that needs to come alive. Then I invite you this weekend. We are doing a special weekend workshop. I've never done a weekend workshop before like this. I've done many in-person weekend workshops. I used to own a dance convention and own a dance studio too, but I owned a dance convention. We traveled, we did the hotel thing and I set it up. We did lots of weekend workshops. This is the first one I'm going to do virtually. And so if you're interested, you can just DM me or you can even comment below and I'll see it once I get out of here and I can see all the comments. But that is our Come Alive coaching circle that we did back in February. We actually did it for 6 weeks. We're going to throw it all into a weekend and it's going to be powerful. I have an entire dance framework. I'm going to teach it to you all live over the weekend. I'm going to give you your workbook. I'm going to give you so many things, the tools that you can use that will help you truly ignite more of you. This is not about being like Ashley. This is not about doing it my way. There's a framework that you're going to be able to apply. Arcadia, don't bump the table, baby. I have this little garden gnome, which by the way is the rock's face that my son 3D printed. And it's on top of my camera. My son puts it up there so I can look at him when I'm on the camera, but she bumped it and it just fell. So all good. All good. You want to hold it? So the rock garden gnome just fell off. But we're going to walk through all these tools. And my framework, it says the dance framework. So yes, I'm a dance teacher and I truly believe that everyone gets to dance through life. But this is a framework that you are going to apply in all areas of your life. We have moms in our community that use this with their children. We have a mom, I don't know who's live with me, but we have another mom who's a substitute teacher. She's been using this in her classroom. We have another woman who is a teacher. She's also been using this in her classroom at school, not in dance, but at school with kids, elementary school kids, middle school kids. It's absolutely phenomenal when we get to share this stuff with younger generations. It's actually part of what fuels me, is having the younger generation watching and seeing and modeling us. And it's really a beautiful experience. So you can join this by yourself. You can join this, bring your kids if you want to. We get pretty deep, so it'll be a lot of fun, great for teenagers as well. But that is happening this weekend. And I just don't want anybody to miss it that's available or interested. Because again, you guys, confidence comes through action. It is a discipline. You feel confident. Yeah, sure, it's a feeling. I feel confident. But really what you're feeling is proud. And you feel the discipline. You're like, I have showed up consistently. I am proud. I have showed up consistently, so I am prepared. Even if it doesn't go this way, I've shown up consistently enough that if when I fall, like I know that I can do this. It's not a big deal. I'm confident because I know I got this. That's what I want for people. That is the end of the Monday moves. I just want to make sure we're all clear on the topic. Confidence isn't just a feeling. It's a result from the action that you do. It's from the discipline, and the discipline is self-love.